Welcome to the lecture series of cost of capital. I am going to conduct session on specific cost of capital. In the last video, I have covered cost of debenture and cost of preferential capital. Today, I am going to cover cost of equity capital and cost of retained earning. It is divided into part 1 and part 2. Through this lecture, you will be able to understand the meaning of equity capital and retained earning. You are also able to calculate cost of equity capital and cost of retained earning. This lecture covers meaning of equity share capital, key concept of cost of equity capital. In the determination of cost of equity capital, cost of external equity and cost of retained earning is covered. So let's understand first what is equity shares. And equity shares are normally known as ordinary shares. Equity shareholders are real owner of the company, where each member is a fractional owner. They have a control over the management of the company. Equity shareholders are eligible to get dividend if the company earns profit. But there is no fixed rate of dividend on equity capital. Equity capital remains with the company. It is given back only when company is closed. Conceptually, cost of equity capital is the minimum rate of return that a firm must earn on the equity finance portion of an investment project in order to maintain market price of shares. Cost of equity share capital is payable to the equity shareholders. So, for company point of view, it is a cost. For the determination of cost of equity capital, it is divided into two categories: external equity or new issue of equity shares, and retained earning. First of all, we will learn about cost of external equity. External equity is a phrase used to describe fund that firm obtained from outside. Cost of external equity can be calculated using dividend price approach, dividend price plus growth approach, earning price approach, earning price plus growth approach. The first approach is dividend price approach. According to this approach, cost of equity will be the rate of expected dividend, which will maintain the present market price of equity shares. This is calculated using the formula dividend upon net proceeds for new equity shares. For existing share, the formula is dividend upon market price. Let's take an example. A company issues 10,000 equity shares of rupees 100 each at a premium of 10%. The company has been paying 22% dividend to equity shareholders for the past 5 years and expected to maintain the same in the future also. Compute cost of equity capital. Will it make any difference if the market price of share is rupees 160? So here, for new equity shares, K is calculated with the formula D upon NP. Here D is dividend and NP is net proceeds. D is the expected dividend per share, that is 22%. It is calculated on the face value of share, that is rupees 100. So it is 22 rupees. NP is net proceeds. As equity shares are issued at 10% premium, NP is face value plus 10% premium. So it is 110. So K is equal to 22 divided by 110. So it would be 20%. It is also asked to calculate cost of equity share capital if the market price of share is rupees 160. So for existing shares, K is calculated with the formula D upon MP. Here D is the dividend and MP is the market price. Dividend, expected dividend is 22%. So D is 22 rupees. Market price is rupees 160. So K is equal to 22 rupees divided by 160. So it would be 13.75%. As the market price increases, value of cost of equity capital will decreases. The second approach is dividend price plus growth approach. According to this method, cost of equity is determined on the basis of expected dividend rate plus growth in dividend. It is calculated with the formula D1 upon NP plus G for new equity issue. For existing share, the formula is D1 upon MP plus G. Here D1 is the expected dividend per share at the end of the year. It is calculated by considering growth rate in initial dividend. Let's take an example. A company plans to issue 1000 new equity shares of rupees 100 each at par. The expected flotation cost is 5% of the share price. The company pays a dividend of rupees 10 per share initially, and the expected growth is to be 5%. Compute cost of new issue of equity shares. In the second part, if the cost of current market price of equity share is rupees 150, what would be the cost of existing equity share capital? For new equity share capital, the formula D1 upon NP plus G is used. Here D1 is rupees 10. As equity shares are issued at par with 5% flotation cost, net proceeds will be 100 minus 5, that is face value minus flotation cost, plus expected growth in dividend, that is 5%. So K is equal to 15.53%. For existing equity share capital, it is calculated with the formula D1 upon market price plus growth. Here D1 is the dividend at the end of the first year. It is rupees 10. Market price, as it is mentioned, it is rupees 150. So growth rate in the dividend is 5%. So by considering all the values, K is equal to 11.67%. So in these lectures, we have covered the first two methods for the calculation of cost of equity capital, that is dividend price approach and dividend price plus growth approach. In the second part, we will cover the next two methods for the calculation of cost of equity capital and also cover the cost of retained earning. Thank you.